Hello everyone. Today I plan to discuss with you Pareto chart. First, it is very good to understand about what is Pareto chart. Pareto analysis is a formal technique useful where many possible causes of actions are competing for attention. As example, we think, okay, there is a problem. There are several causes for this problem. When we are going to give the solutions, we have to give solutions for every causes. That we have to understand through the Pareto chart. Is it required to give solutions for all the causes, or we have to select some causes and we have to give the solutions? That is we can understand through the Pareto chart. This is the Pareto principle. Simply we call this as a 80-20 rule. Some people telling this 20-80 rule. Okay, both ways correct. You can see. Okay, the red colors are the important causes or activities, then blue colors shows the not important causes or activities. Uh, when see this picture, you can see, okay, 20% of effort, important effort, will create the 80% of results. When we consider the other way, okay, 80% of not important effort create only the 20% of results. That means we have to select critical 20% from the all available courses. If we address critical 20%, important 20% of courses, then we can solve the problem by 80%. If not, we can gain the results by 80%. This is the concept behind Pareto chart. This introduced by Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. Because of that, we are calling this concept as a Pareto concept. We'll do some example. You can see, okay, this is example. In here, there are some causes, okay. In here, frequency also given, okay. Frequency also given as example. This is related to the apparel industry, but you don't worry, okay. You think this is somewhat of issues. This is the frequency. How many times that issue happen? According to this, okay, side seam 9 times, bottom hem related issues 67 times. Okay, when we go to the armhole related issues 24 times likewise. Then when we add all issues, the frequencies 144 we can get. This is the total number of issues occurred. Then according to the Pareto concept, first what we have to do, first we have to arrange these data set in a descending order. I think you can understand what is mean by descending order. Descending order means from largest number to lowest number. In here already arranged, you can see, okay. The previously it is not arranged. You can see, okay, bottom hem 67, then collar attach 8, then armhole 24. But the first step is arranged in descending order. In here, we arrange in a descending order. You can see the largest one, largest frequencies on bottom hem related issues. Then the lowest one is waistband attachment. From when we consider from top to bottom, largest to lowest. This is the step number one. Step number two, calculate individual percentage. I think you can understand. In here, bottom hem is 67. Then how we calculate individual percentage? Okay, 67 we have to divide by total number of defect are 144. Then we want to take the percentage. So what we have to do? We have to multiply by this number by 100. Then the answer comes 46.5. Another example, when we consider that side seam issue, okay, you can see 24 issues. So 24 divided by total number of defects, 144, multiply by, okay, multiply by 100, then answer is 16.7. So I think now you can understand how to calculate the individual percentages. You can see, okay, in here, in front of each issue, we already calculated the individual percentages. Then when we add all the individual percentages, the final answer has to come 100. Okay, we discussed about two steps. First step is we have to arrange the data set based on the descending order. Then we have to calculate individual percentages. Step number 3. What is the step number 3? Calculate cumulative percentage. Now what we have to do? We have to calculate the cumulative percentage. When we consider the first one, cumulative percentage is 46.5. But when we come to the second one, what happened? In here, 46.5 to 46.5, we have to add 16.7. Then adding these two numbers, the answer will come 63.2. This is cumulative percentage. Then when come to the zipper outline, the third issue, we have to add 63.2 into 11.8. Then the 75 percent come as a cumulative percentage. Likewise, by adding whatever the number coming to here, we have to add with the next individual percentage. Then the cumulative percentage come. Likewise, all cumulative percentages we have to calculate. Already we discussed about 3 steps, very easy steps. First step is we have to arrange in a descending order. Then we have to calculate individual percentage. Then third step, we have to calculate cumulative percentage. We'll move to the fourth step. The fourth step is now we have to draw the Pareto chart. You can see the drawn Pareto chart. This y-axis, we have to illustrate frequency. This is the frequency axis. In here, based on the descending order, we have to mark the defects, if not causes, issues. Then by considering this x-axis and by considering this y-axis, we can draw the bar chart. After we draw all the bars, then we have to make another y-axis in this side. You can see. This is actually cumulative percentages. Then by considering cumulative percentage axis and the x-axis as example, bottom hem, we have to take the center of bottom hem. Okay, I'll show you. We have to take the center of bottom hem, center of the bottom hem. Then we have to take the cumulative efficiency from this axis. Then based on the cumulative frequency related to the bottom hem, we mark this point. Then when we come to the side seam, first we have to take the middle like this. Then based on the cumulative frequency from this axis, then we can mark this. Likewise, first we have to mark this point. After we mark all these points as example, just I now mark only the point. Okay, you think by considering this axis and considering this axis, I am marking like this. Okay. Then after mark all the points, we can draw this curve. This is actually freehand curve. It has to be very smooth. If not, the final decision can be depend on the smoothness of the curve. This curve we called as a cumulative curve. Cumulative curve. Okay. So again, I'll explain. First, we have to draw the x-axis. On the x-axis, we have to mark the defects, if not causes. Then the usual y-axis, we are marking frequency. Then by considering frequencies and the causes, we can draw the bar chart. After we draw the bar chart, we have to create another y-axis. This is not the what is called that usual y-axis. This is separate y-axis. We have to make y-axis and we have to mark cumulative percentages on this y-axis. Then by considering x-axis the middle of the bar and by considering the cumulative frequency, we can mark points like this. After all points marked, then we have to pre-hand what is called that cumulative curve we have to draw. It has to be very smooth. So now already we have drawn the Pareto chart. Now we have to little bit discuss about how we can take decisions based on the Pareto chart. That is the important part. I'm moving to the next slide. Right. Decision making. Okay. This is the Pareto chart. Now you think by considering these cumulative axes, I'm thinking I want to solve this problem 80%. Then what we have to do? I have to draw from that 80% cumulative percentage projection line to the cumulative curve. Then the point that projection line and cumulative curve intersect, I have to project into the x-axis. Now, please, you have to understand, if I want to solve the total problem 80%, what I have to do, these three problem. What is that problem? Bottom hem, side seam, zipper outline. These three problem I have to solve. So it is very easy to understand. Then, okay, we'll think another way. If I want to solve 90% of this problem, okay, 90% I am taking 90% is in here, then I have to draw the projection line from 90%. Then from the intersect point, I have to draw the projection line into x-axis. Now you can see, if I want to take 80% of problem solving, what we have to do, okay, what we have to do, I have to solve this problem, I have to solve this problem, I have to give answer for this one, this one, this one. So 5 causes I have to eliminate, I have to solve. The other way around, we can also think, as example, you think according to my organization capability, according to my organization's members capability, I can solve only the problem one. I can solve only the problem one. Then I can recalculate, if I solve only the problem one, how many percentage of total problem will be solved. What I have to do? After the first problem, I have to draw projection line from x-axis to cumulative curve. Then from that intersect point, I have to project into the cumulative frequency y-axis. So we can see, okay, it may be 58 or something. It may be 58 or something. That means if I solve only one problem, okay, the total solution will be 58%. So both direction we can project. So based on the Pareto chart, as I told previously, if some problem occur because of several reasons, we can find out based on our requirement. If I want to solve the 80%, how many problem I have to address. If my capability is to solve only 2 problem, then how many percentage of total problem will be solved. So everything we can predict. This is very good presentation mechanism. You think if your superior asks, okay, I want to solve 80% of some problem, then you can present through the Pareto. Okay, if you want to solve the 80%, as organization, we have to address this much of problem. And the other way around, okay, you can show to your superiors, Okay, according to our organization capability, we can solve only the three problems. When we solve the three problems, we can accept only the this much of percentage. So this is presentation tool also. Right. I think it is clear to you now. I am moving to the final slide. Okay, there are some pluses and minuses also. Okay, when we talk about the pluses, helping effective and productive decision making by helping users identify the causes and proceed with solving the problem. So, Pareto chart will give the idea, okay, to generate the decision. It will tell us, okay, what percentage of problem we can solve. If we want to solve this much of percentage, how many problem we have to address, that kind of, it will support us to take the decision. But the minus case is, minus side is, this is not a problem solving tool. This is problem analyzing tool, not a problem solving tool. It just lets users identify the causes and think of proper solution. So it lead to get the solutions, not given the solution. Because those are the pluses and minuses. I think now you can clear what is the Pareto principle, Pareto mechanism. This is very simple, but if we critically think, we can use this concept for very complex issues also. Very complex issues also. So I would like to summarize whatever the things which we have learned today. We discussed about the Pareto chart. Okay, Pareto chart, behind there is a principle called 20-80 principle. Some people telling 80-20 principle. That means if we can solve 20% of critical causes, we can take the 80% of solution to the total problem. That is the theory. This concept introduced by Alfredo Pareto, Italian economist. So because of that, we are telling this as a Pareto analysis, Pareto chart. There are four steps. One is first step is we have to arrange the data into the descending order. Second step is we have to calculate the individual percentage. Third step is we have to calculate cumulative percentage. The fourth step is we have to draw the Pareto chart. We have to take all the causes into the x-axis. The usual y-axis we have to represent frequencies. Then based on that we can draw the bar chart. Then we have to draw another y-axis to represent the cumulative percentage. Then based on the cumulative percentage and the x-axis causes, we can draw the cumulative curve. Then by doing the projection lines, we can take the decision by considering the cumulative curve. Okay, thank you very much. We'll meet again with another concept.